Hello, folks. It is a snowy day here in Toronto, which is very unexpected for many reasons, but welcome for those who are new to the channel. We are going to explore a little bit more of Toronto today, and hopefully it gets nicer, but it is very cold right now, and that's half the fun. So let's go for a little walk. Yeah, this is I think this is the earliest it snowed in Toronto in probably decades, let's be fair. This is absolutely the earliest it's ever snowed here since I've lived here, and I've lived here for almost 2 decades now. 11 degrees in Halifax right now. I mean, that's great. Glad you're getting some good weather. Send it our way. Hey, Arjot, good to see you, buddy. Pouring rain. Yeah. It seems like precipitation is the name of the game today. But it's also my first time taking the gimbal out with a little bit of testing it out in the snow, seeing how it does. Ooh. Just slapped down to Sobeys to pick up some milk and bread. Not a bad plan, to be fair. The plan today is to try to walk on down to some of the lower areas because my theory is that they will have more salted areas on the street. So it'll be a little bit easier to walk. Because even just walking here, I'm just like, oh, this is like between all the leaves and all of the snow, it's just kind of frozen and gone super slippery really quickly. So trying to be careful and trying to walk, but at least we got some nice views. I might not be looking at the camera as much today because I'm literally just trying to stay upright. Hey, Jazz, good to see you. Welcome to the big city. City of snow today. Yeah, today is definitely one of those days where I'm just like, hand warmers. Hand warmers would be nice. Hello, Israel. Next off is at the Old Maple Leaf Gardens. It is. So this is where the Leafs played for years and years and years. It is now a Loblaws, which is a grocery store chain. I mean, to be fair, we actually hate it. Loblaws is overly pricey for what it is, and not exactly the nicest. But tis still a good time to go for a walk. So we do. I also got some flippin' eggnog. To be fair, tis the season, right? Ooh. Not gonna lie, it's actually colder today than I thought it was. Still wearing a sweater, still wearing my layers, but yeah, maybe today was the day to whip out the winter jacket for the first time. I haven't built up my winter strength yet. Is it still below zero? If it's not below zero, it certainly feels like it's below zero. And it's absolutely, like, it's in the lower portions for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's not like, I don't think it's fully below zero yet because it's kind of turning to slush instead of just freezing into freezing, like into icy sidewalks. But, whew. I mean, snow is pretty. It'll always look nice. I resisted dressing for winter today. No winter coats, just wore a hoodie and flip-flops. Tropical Scotiafornia. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good change of pace. Good way to do it. But yeah, this is a cold snap. And I fully expect that it will rebound back up because, that's just kind of what it does. But it just kind of sucks that, like, literally a month ago, my video was like heading to the beach. Mind you, we kind of knew it the last time of the season, but still, I'm just like, that was not long ago. And now it's literally just snapped right to winter. Like, the leaves are still in the trees, even. That doesn't normally happen this time of year. I am dreaming of beach. Oh my god, yes. A nice warm beach. One day. One day. I mean, I just can't wait till the day where I can actually afford to go on vacation again. That would be lovely. Last time I went on vacation was 2018. We're overdue, girl. We should go somewhere. I'm thinking Cuba. Or Mexico. Or Costa Rica. Somewhere warm and nice. One day that'll happen again. But no time soon. Trying to think in my head and just like, what's a path I've never taken around here before? But also trying to keep, again, to main streets because those will be the areas that are probably safest to walk on right now. I found you via Eddie, and I found Eddie because he made a video of a rainbow resort in Cuba. I mean, that's fair enough. Eddie's lovely. We enjoy Eddie here. So hopefully your days out there are warmer than mine so far. If they are, awesome. We appreciate it. I do this so you don't have to. I kind of knew what I was signing up for, but I'm just like, winter's not that bad. And then I always remember, she's like, no, winter's bad. Winter's always bad. Mark M615, welcome, friend. We are currently taking a walk around Toronto. It is a very chilly day. We're getting some beautiful snow, though. So, spiritually, I'm the beach of Rainbow Resort in Cuba right now. Yeah, that's a good place to be. Oh, I can kind of feel my winter walk heat coming in. Usually happens around 10 to 15 minutes. I've been outside for about 10 minutes now, so it's about what you expect. But yeah, I find that once you start walking, once you start moving, things start to heat up a little bit. But it's also the kind of year where, like, hibernation's in the air. Like, don't make me go outside. I would rather just not do that. But once you're outside and you're moving for a little while, you tend to do okay. That's the thing a lot of people who first come to Toronto don't realize, is that, like, yes, cold is hard, but you can get used to cold. Like, if you keep moving, if you keep walking, it does heat up. But still, this is like the first time. I literally don't remember the last time it's actually snowed in November. We've barely gotten snow in December the past couple of years. But for it to happen this early, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. This is what, like November 10th? I wish to hibernate also. I hope you get the chance. Tis a good time. It is a good season to hibernate. Also, things I will say when it snows is I'm actually finding myself like subconsciously drawn to the areas that I normally avoid. Like this side of the street. I hate walking down this side of the street. But I'm just like, ooh, on this. Well, I hate it in the summer because it like slows you down because there's the awning and everyone's just kind of funneled into two lines. But today I'm just like, ooh, I wouldn't have to worry about snow for the 30 seconds that I'm there. My God, eggnog is good. Eggnog is good. We love us some eggnog. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Good to have you. We're gonna try to go for a little jaunty stroll today, and see what comes up. See where we end up. See where we go. See what does, and then go from there. Where are you going, buddy? We can even see from the ground, like the areas that people have walked. So it's like you can get a sense of the safe places to walk where you won't slip and fall. Theoretically, you can slip and fall anywhere, but these are the areas that should protect you at least. Got you on computer. Oh, well, I'm happy to be had however you have me. Toronto doo-wop guy, welcome. Good to have you, buddy. We're exploring the first snowfall of Toronto. I will try to stay outside for as long as I can, but every now and then I might duck into places. Or maybe we'll just explore the path today. That is also an option. Hi, Juanita. Good to see you. Hopefully, y'all are having a nice. I will say today is Christmas inspired. A good Christmas inspired day. So, yeah, I will say in my head, this feels like January or like late December. This doesn't feel like November. November, we normally have like an Indian summer, or like at this point normally it gets warm again. And so for this year to just be like, nope, instant cold snap. I'm just like, well, it's not fair. It's not fair to anyone. But for those who don't get to experience it, snowfall's a bit of a novelty. So, who am I to deny? Go for a nice little walk. This building coming up is the TMU building, formerly known as Ryerson, of course. But yeah, check out a few interesting places along the way. See how downtown Toronto is coping with the snowfall. Oh, hello, little friends. I could go 1,000 years and not see snow again and be happy. Could you? I feel like that would make the world a very hot and dry place. Snow is important. We need polar bears after all. But, you know, maybe not right in November. That just feels mean. I think I hate shoveling it the worst. Yeah, shoveling it sucks. No one likes shoveling snow. But you can see just the sheer amount of salt they have already started putting out. They put salt on the sidewalks so you don't slip and fall, or the ice doesn't get the chance to solidify too much. It adds a little bit of, what is it? It adds a little bit of grit and texture to the ground, so it's not just all glossy. We are coming up to Young Dundas Square, or St. Kafka Square if you're one of those people. The icon. I just think it's really interesting to see how the square has evolved. They really are trying to make it Toronto's little Times Square, which is just, it's funny how much against the mindset of the original creator that idea flies, but all bow down to consumerism, I guess. And this is my favorite little liminal space of the atrium on Bay. That is weird. It's just such a weird mall. It's the all cross right now. Oh, there's someone street preaching, because of course there is. I'm like 90% sure I didn't pay my last power bill. I called them and was like, do I owe you anything? I want to be sure. They were like, no, so hopefully I'm in the clear. Well, at that point, you have it on record that you probably are, so you're probably okay, I'd say. Just to show everyone how this is looking right now. There it is. Young Dundas in all its glory. I'm going to street preach about Mighty Talos from Skyrim. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone was street preaching about GLaDOS one time. I feel like I'd watch that. So this guy's up there installing, I guess, another screen or maybe just lights. Hard to say. The one thing I will say that's nice about snow is if you get in the right area, you can just hear it crunching under your feet. It really does sound like, I guess if you're like compressing cornstarch is a good way to, you know, to categorize it. I will say if you are here, thank you for being here. My name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in Toronto. I like to guide people around to some of my favorite places and show off different parts of the city. Hello, Woodstock 26. Hi, men, snow where? Well, this is Toronto. So we are located in Canada. We are the capital of Ontario, which is a province. And normally it doesn't snow. Certainly not this much. Certainly not this early. But today, this is our world. This is our life. This is what we are. This is what we have. But I will say, whoever was the one who recommended hand warmers, you are a very smart man, and I should absolutely do that in the future. I did hear that they've already started to put up the decorations inside of the Eaton Center. And a part of me is very curious to go to see that, but I'm also just like, it's too early for Christmas. Why is it Christmas? I mean, I guess it's snowing in November, so anything's possible. But I'm just like, why? What? How? All right, let's go check out the Christmas decor. Not just because I would like to warm up a smidge, but because I feel like it's important to acknowledge just how screwed up this amount of snow is for the 10th of November. We're not even like halfway through November and this happened. I don't even think we got this actually, that's not true. We probably got this in North Bay. I feel like in North Bay, as soon as September hit, we were at snowfall warnings. So, you know, Northern Ontario is a different beast, but that's okay. This is the new Simons that they just put in. Apparently it's beautiful. Is it supposed to warm up soon? I don't know. They say so, but you never know. Hello, Sam. Hope you're doing well out there. We're just going to pop into the Eaton Center for a few minutes. See the supposed yeah, there they are. Christmas decorations are already up. Goodness gracious, we live in a hellscape. We have 4 weeks. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely looks like they wasted no time at all. I will say these do light up at night, so you get these giant. And just like, I don't know about you folks, but I feel like it's too early for Christmas shopping and Christmas decorations. But maybe I'm in the minority there. But also, just to show off, like, yeah, definitely need to have some winter filming gloves because those are some pink fingers. Oh, well, that's a statement piece. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, here's 2 more of them over here. So I'm guessing that this is the tree, and they just have it covered up in this giant curtain. So during the lighting ceremony, they will probably drop that. and we'll all be able to see what beautiful decorations they have done. But you can see the deer in the distance. They bring these in every year. There's 3 of them over here now, which I think is actually more than last time. Let's go take a look at them. Tremendous. You know it. There you go. They got the deers over here. Man, I really hope like some kid sees this and is just scared. Like if I was walking by that as a child, I would probably be terrified. But just to give you a sense of that tree, like, all right, that curtain actually does go all the way down. And that's just, I mean, that's just impressive. 6 p.m. Friday. Okay, my boss will close, no singer, I know. I mean, 6 p.m. Friday. I guess I'm going to be there. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to come here, aren't I? Oh, there's going to be people. That's fine. I do like the little trees up there that they have. I'll tell you what, Vasily, if you are coming, I will come with you. And I will be an absolute Scrooge. Because that's just how I roll. I'll be as early as possible. Yeah, maybe starting around like 5:30 or something. They do have the decorations on the bottom already, which is just like, I actually don't mind those. Those are really pretty when you see them. Do they have those all the way? I can't tell. But at least on this side, they have those little dangly bits up there. Checked Environment Canada. Looks like it's supposed to go up to 6 for you on Wednesday. Thank goodness. Oh my God. If I had to stay here, like, ugh, as much as I love the weather, it is very beautiful. But I'm just like, we don't need all of this. We don't need all of the snow. From school straight to here, then going to sit in the same spot probably. You know what? That sounds good. Let's do that. I'll be here for that with you. We'll make plans. We'll bring the whole gang together. Canada is prospering slowly, and America is losing tourists in its economy. I mean, if I can help with that, I'm happy to do so. I'll always tell people not to go to America. I hope that makes me a bad person. More so, I guess. But home is home. Home is home. I do always like to point out the geese. I think they are probably one of my favorite. Like, it's such a simple sculpture, if you can even call it that. It's more of like an art installation. And just like, it's just so nice. Remember, that was one of the first things I saw when I was young and coming to Toronto to visit. We would look up, my mom would take me here, and she would go downstairs and get coffee or snacks or whatever. But, like, I remember just being here, up on the top, like, list over there, then just looking at the geese coming down. I always thought that was such a nice little part of the thing. How's parts of Canada got snow being in such proximity to radioactive glow Trump? Well, I think that implies that Trump is glowing somehow. I think he's more of like a fart cloud. Something that just stays with you. All right, back outside, my friends. Oh, I forgot about this. They make you go up and around right now because of the construction. I should have just gone under. That's fine. At least in here you can tell how much it is snowing. And it is pretty thorough across the board. Hmm? Yeah, you can go around from here. Heating up chicken korma. Oh, that sounds excellent. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy your company. Actually, don't tell. I like how. Okay, I didn't realize that was you, Sam. I honestly thought it was Timmy, just because I'm just like someone's talking about food. Must be Timmy. We're gonna head on over to Nathan Phillips Square. See how that is. Whew. See, snow nice. The snow is like, all things considered, when you're inside and it is warm, snow is beautiful. Snow is peaceful. Snow is relaxing. When you are outside in gloves that aren't gloving to the extent that they should, then snow is annoying and bothersome. It's like a curry, Tim or otherwise. Just to point out, this here is Old City Hall. It is a beautiful building. This was one of essentially the places where they would hold governance before the era of the new City Hall, but after St. Lawrence Market. So St. Lawrence Market was the original space where the government was, and then they moved it over here. A lot of the space is absolutely beautiful. Like, I love the decorations they have around. The arches and stuff, you can take a look. They're so intricate. Even the fact that they have the words City Hall blazoned upon it in such a way that's almost invisible. But very nice and natural. I can't remember if this is limestone or sandstone, but like the entire structure, just dominant. It's such an impressive building that anywhere else would be like a major tourist destination. But here it's just another part of the background. Just give you a sense of just how stuffed the snow is all over. I like stone buildings and houses. It's beautiful. Like this building has a lot of character. Actually, if you look over at the fire department connection, because of the way the water is set up, it's just got these little dangly little icicles hanging from the bottom. I just think that's cute. Monument to our peacekeepers, I believe it is. Dedicated to the citizens of Toronto to the undying memory of those who fell in the Great War. So Great War and after, because it has like Afghanistan down there as well. So this is the building. Impressive, towering. The symbology throughout the building is impressive. And of course, with the amount of snow there is, it just looks nice. And that's always a good time. But let's hop on over to Nathan Phillips. So you'll see there is a great deal of construction along Queen Street. That's primarily here because of the Ontario line that's coming in the next few years. I say that in quotation marks because hopefully it comes in the next few years. With Toronto's history of transit, it could be longer than that, which I know is a surprise to everyone involved. But we have the Eglinton Crosstown, which is being built since 2012 or 2011 and still has not fully completed yet, and maybe never will, because who knows? Who even knows anymore what the Eglinton Crosstown's doing? But I will say, hopefully, wherever you are, I hope it is warm and cozy. I will say, after this, I am taking a nice long. I would say I was about to say shower, but you know what? Bath. I think it's like a nice hot bath day. Sink into a hot bath, listen to some terrible music. That would be a good de-stressor. Lord knows there's enough stress to go around right now. I need a bathe as well. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. Imagine get some tea lights or a bath bomb. See, bath bombs do nothing for me. My friend got me one the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna try it out." And then I did, and I'm just like, "This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. Am I dead inside? Maybe." But that was my experience with bath bombs. What are they supposed to do? Does it just turn the water a different color? Because that's honestly how it feels. Anyways, here is what will be a skating rink. You would think that they would have that available, but unfortunately, because this snow happened, or this cold snap happened so quickly, literally, it's just like the fizzy. Fair enough. Wouldn't those construction barrel come be better in black orange with black reflective tape? Yes, black reflective tape. I imagine it probably would be, actually. But this is our city hall, famous for being blown up in so many different movies. It's been blown up in Handmaid's Tale, Resident Evil, so many options. And apparently FIFA's coming. I mean, that's great, I think. Are we excited FIFA's coming? I don't know. But maybe we are. I don't feel like it doesn't feel real or seem real, but apparently that is something that is happening. I always like to point out, just in case you forget where you are, they've made a giant sign for you. And actually, I'd say give this until January or so. That's when they'll probably be able to start maintaining and using the ice rink. But right now, the weather's so unpredictable. They could freeze it one day and it'll be essentially bone dry by the next. So, Toronto's weather can be chaotic sometimes. No more so than today. Like the fact that this is a November snowy day is just it's kind of mind-boggling. There's a Hero Burger over there. I only know of like 2 Hero Burgers surviving the Great Hero Burger ousting. But yeah, they were such a franchise for a while. And now they're just kind of a novelty that exists in like 2 or 3 places. But yeah, hard to say what they're doing there. By the way, if you are new here, my name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. I love sharing my city with people, and if you are, or if you know of anyone in Toronto or coming to Toronto, you can book a tour with me by clicking the links in my description. Apart from that, if you are here, thank you for joining us today for our little walk. I'm happy to point out some things for you if you have any requests, but also don't be afraid to like or share if you want to. It helps to grow the channel. I am currently on a road to monetization, meaning I need to hit 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers. So if you can help be a part of that contribution, we'd love to have you on the team. So thank you much, and we shall return to our regular scheduled lazy walk around Toronto, where I'm trying not to die on the slippery ice. I haven't slipped fully yet. I am wearing my boots, so that is something that helps. Oh, that's just a bunch of water coming over here. I love when guys like pull right out to the street, but I'm just like, dude, you're not getting anywhere before me. Just stay where you is. There's a destruction movie involves the White House. Involves the East Wing. The movie is called Reality. It stars the mango moose knuckle Trump himself. Fair enough. Ooh, I like to point out Osgood Hall. That's a really nice little space. I've only ever been in there a handful of times. You're not actually able to go in most of the time. The only reason I was is because my father was doing some court cases in there when he was visiting, and so I would get to go in and just talk to, or like, we'd go out for lunch afterwards, which was nice. But the space inside is beautiful. When they do like open up, which is like where Toronto opens up all of its old buildings, you can essentially go in and tour all these spaces, and it's just really, really lovely. Ooh. This is the COC, the Canadian Opera Company. Yes, it is pronounced how you expect it to, which is hilarious, let's be fair. So, my friend Johnny did a show. In it, he would have, there was a part he did about the Canadian Opera Company and just how he got to see, as a little boy, like all the dancers in their dance belts. It was funny. It's a good show. I fully don't expect him to be watching right now, but if he is, hello, Johnny. I hope you're well. The mango moose knuckle is funny, though. I will say that. You know what? I'm actually right by one of my favorite sculptures in Toronto, and I don't know very much about it. So I'd like to go see if there's a little plaque or something with it, because I just feel like it's really beautiful. That, by the way, is the Canada Life building. It has a parapet on top. And what happens is at night, it has lights that either go up or go down. And if the lights are going up, that means that the temperature around you is increasing and getting warmer. And if the lights are going down, that means that it is getting colder. So the lights aren't activated right now, but if they were, I am willing to bet that they were probably going up. Hello, Margaret. Or Princess, my lovely darling. It's good to see you, my love. Welcome, welcome. I will say quite a different vibe from the Caribbean, I imagine. So here also it is hitting in Mexico, rain, wind, and cold. Ugh. Yeah. Well, apparently a lot of this is based around El Nino, which is bringing in a polar vortex. And I'm just like, that's just mean. Why you gotta be this way, El Nino? Why you gotta be this way? Stay 10 degrees in the UK. Oof. I would go for a 10 degrees right now. That would be lovely. All right, this here is one of my favorite art pieces in the city. And I just think it's so interesting because you look at it initially and you're just like, oh, it's birds. And then you look at it closer, it's just like, but it's hands, but it's birds, and it's structure, and it's a loose form, but it's still very like almost geometric in the way it does it. I just think it's so cool. I'm just like, is it a deer? Is it an elephant? Are they birds? Are they hands? Is there any way to display the temperature on screen from your location? Unfortunately, no, not to my knowledge. But if there was, that would be interesting information to share. And I was like, I just love this piece. Maybe it's just me, but I just think it's so interesting. The hotel itself is the Shangri-La as well, which is like one of the... No problem, Juanita, I tried to change it because I don't know how to. Fair enough. I just think this is interesting. I'm curious to know what you guys think of it. As like you look all the way up, it extends all the, like it's clearly been integrated into the building. But they just did such an interesting job of it. I think it's because I really like, in art, I'm always drawn to like long, smooth forms, like spirals play a very common work in my piece, like in my work. I wish they had more information about this because it is just I think it's just a lovely, interesting, very chaotic piece. But then again, I have also a chaotic piece. So take that for what you will. There you are. The Shangri-La. Perhaps like a leather after Prism. Maybe. That would be interesting to do, actually. I don't really know how Prism works. I don't really know how to run stuff through it. I feel like if I was running this through my phone and then sending it to my computer to OBS, I feel like then I could do something kind of like a little different with it. But it's one of those things I just have to wait and see what's actually possible with the app that I have. Mit Belukshang Big Snow. Big Show. Is that what the piece is called? If so, that's really interesting. Oh, we getting some chills. I will say. So this is Cafe Landwehr, and I was supposed to have an interview with them. And oh, there you go, -3 right now. -3 degrees. I was supposed to have an interview with them, but they put it at a time where I couldn't do, and I asked if I could reschedule, and they said no. So, I do have a question for you guys. If you're going for a interview, do you think it's an outdate? Like, the one thing that they specified was that I should bring a resume, and I'm just like, but you have my resume. Why do I need to bring in a second resume? Is that me? Is that just me? Because I feel like if a company that already has your resume asks you to bring in a resume, in my brain, that's just like, A, you are either not organized enough to have my resume on hand when I show up for my interview, or you don't see the people as coming in as valuable enough to, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. If someone asked you to bring a resume into your interview, should that be allowed or okay? Curious to know what people think about that. Been to an in-person interview in so long, it's all been online, right? That's the other thing. But I guess, like, I know it's a service job, but it's still just like, also, I've never really appreciated this building before. We're just like, what a cool vibe it has. I love the curves. I love the block on, like, that building is straight out of the 80s. Like, super modern for the time. I can't remember what the style of architecture is called, but I'm just like, super just interesting. I've never really looked at that and been like, wow, that's really cool. And then right beside it is the church. Oh, this is my father's favorite street corner. I'm going to walk over there and show this off a little bit. The most common method involves using broadcast software like OBS Studio or Streamlabs. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. I think Vasily uses Streamlabs. And just like, because of that, I'm kind of partial to his advice there. But I want to point out that corner right there, you'll see that church? So that street corner used to have 4 places. It used to have a church, it used to have a bar, it used to have the Department of Education, and it used to have something to do with transportation, I think. So at this corner, my father always used to be like, it was the Asian corner, because you have salvation with the church, damnation with the bar, transportation with the transportation part, and education because of the education spaces. So it's the salvation, damnation, education, transportation. And it's like, oh, fair enough. I agree with your point, and the resume you have always thought. I agree with your point and the resume, and have always thought the same. Thank you, Jose. I agree. I think that's. I'm kind of just like, if you're asking someone to bring in a resume, it's almost like you don't respect them enough to value their time or their resources. That's how it comes across to me. Maybe I'm just being entitled to that moment, but I'm just like, do you really want to work for a company that doesn't value you before you walk in the door? That being said, one day I shall find a job, hopefully. Or maybe not. Maybe this will work out. But Just got to keep on one step forward. 64 watching. Awesome support for Toronto. Thank you. Aw, thanks everybody. And thank you for pointing that out, Juanita. That's very lovely. Ah, you folks are the highlight of my day, so thanks for being here. This is the entertainment district. Hi from Europe. Hi, Lucy. Where are you from in Europe? Oh no. So those who didn't hear, there was a gentleman yelling across the street. And he's just like, there's one thing that they can never take away. My dignity. Just like, oh, honey. Oh. Czechia. Oh, I love Czechia. I've always wanted to go to Prague. I think it's so cool. But actually, one of my favorite travel videos is the honest guy who just goes out and exposes all the scammers in Prague. But I also, like, Czechia slaps at Eurovision. I will say that. This is Roy Thompson Hall, by the way. The channel needs 1 subscriber to bring it to 400. Oh, that's amazing. If you guys want to be number 400, let me know. There's the CN Tower. If I get to 400, that means I'm only 100 away from one of my goals, which is great. I'm looking forward to. Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, man, I'm not gonna lie. Today was kind of a hard morning because I was on an interview a few days ago for Eurovision about like Canada potentially participating, and then someone who's like not a good friend, but like friend enough, kind of read me for just being like, you didn't like pounce on Israel enough, and you didn't do this, and you're being a hypocrite. And I'm just like, oh, I thought I was just being fun, but Gabriella, welcome. Oh, we have more people. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Congrats, Maddie, on 400 subscribers. YouTube needs to be more calibrated. What do you mean by calibrated? I'm curious to know about that. But first off, thank you so much, everybody. It's good to have you here. But yeah, weird morning, weird start to the morning. It's just really hard when you're just like, I have a dream, and someone's just like, you're never going to accomplish that. You're just like, oh. I mean, maybe you're right, but still, oh. I laugh because it's uncomfortable. But still. Whoever said honesty is the best policy clearly hasn't tried denial. Good afternoon. Are you staying out of the puddles? Funny enough, if you look at the ground, very few puddles to be had. It's slick and it's wet, but it's not frozen. But yeah, there is enough people out there putting salt on the roads and on the sidewalks that I feel fairly comfortable walking through most of downtown. So he was looking for a live stream to Toronto to see what the weather was like. Fair enough. Calibrated is showing the same screen information. Everyone's currently displaying different numbers. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder if that's a YouTube thing or a Prism thing. But we saw it from the very first day that you will make it. Aw, thanks, Princess. I'm not gonna cry because then I will lose moisture and my face will freeze. I'm close though, not gonna lie. I'm kind of close. Oh. It's slushy. It very much is like, but even though it's slushy, it's kind of slushy on the outskirts. The spaces in the middle, like it's quite, like I can walk on this fine. It looks slick, but it's really just wet. That's the thing about snow, is that at times like this, the snow is it's not enough, but it's like trip up, but there's certainly a lot to it. Haven't lived in Toronto in over 25 years. I still miss it. I know exactly where you are. Fair enough. It's a good place. I like the entertainment district. I actually don't come out here very often. But Winter equal hydrate and moisturize. Very that. Very much so in that realm. YouTube having a big cluster of microservices serving different people. I think it's very possible, very likely. But I don't know. I'll just be happy to be in situations where I feel like I can actually get ahead of things. I know extra long streetcars didn't have those 20 years ago. Yeah, I'll see if I can capture. There you go. One coming right up to us. I will say the new subways are just long and have no boundaries between them. So you can actually stand in one and see like go all the way down, which is really cool. Began very early the cold. I'm hoping it's not here forever. This is more so just, I hope this is a little blip in time. That time that it snowed randomly in November, but happy for you. Wish you nothing but the best. Take a lot to take the time to do this with you. It comes true, your passion and the love for vlogging. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's go down one or two. London in the UK doesn't have as many bins. Not because it's more devices, especially highly populated areas. Fair. Not been in the Princess Wales theaters. I saw a dance troupe called Momix. Yeah, well, there it is. There's the theater. They're currently displaying Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical, which are words I never thought I would say together, but there they are. What hasn't become a musical at this point? There were many times in the 80s when it snowed for the first time around now. Yeah. I think that completely makes sense. And it really is just things that have, like, climate has changed so much in such a little time that this has become such a novelty and such a difference and such a craziness. Nice view of streets. Oh, thank you. This is the CBC building. That's where I went to be interviewed about my Fringe show, which was nice. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting to do that. Hopefully I can do it again next year, but we shall see. I don't know if you can see this, but it's hitting the point now where, because it's getting a little bit warmer than it was, they have little chunks of snow falling from on top. So we're getting like these, not quite hails, but just like these big chunks of like semi-frozen snow coming down from the buildings. Well, Beyond Burgers at A-Dub are pretty good. Good to know. I have to type big bada boom to mean a regular device, or YouTube might flag or delete it. To mean a particular device. Big bada boom. I will try to figure out what that is. Ooh, Fringe show? Yeah. So this year I did a show for the Fringe festivals called A Canadian Explains Eurovision to Other Canadians. Well, I did it in Florida, it was Americans, but I had to cancel much of the American tour because, you know, America. But long and with no boundaries, that could be used to describe a lot of things in Toronto. Hopefully me too. No, that's... I'm going to show you the dog bunnies. Because these are going to look really cute in the snow. There they are. These are the dog bunnies. It's probably one of my favorite pieces of art in Toronto, just because it's so random and different and really serves no purpose whatsoever. I'm not going to walk over to it, because as you can see from the ground, like literally just slick mud. So if I step into there, I will immediately fall. But these are just snow bunnies. Or the bunny dogs. I can't remember what they're called. Something like rabbit dogs or but it's just kind of cute to see them all in the snow. Bye, rabbit dogs. Dog bunnies. Is there a date on that art installation? I don't know the exact date. I believe it's in the 80s, but I can't say for sure. So I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other. Actually, I believe I can just walk up through here. This is the Toronto Metro Hall. This is where I had to come. Oh yeah, there's the immunization clinic right there. When I went and got my monkeypox vaccine, this is where I had to go and do it. There's also like this last panel artist. I showed some of his work over in another park the other day, but it's like you can really get a sense of how he like, or how, I should say how they just create these really interesting panes of glass that hang, and they're like really interesting dividers. I don't know. I will always remember the time I walked through here and they were filming The Boys, and this whole area. Apparently this is like The Boy, if you watch The Boys, apparently this is their like headquarters. So if you ever watch an episode, this is where the group, or the team, I guess it is, this is where they all hang out and stuff. So yeah, if you ever get the chance to watch The Boys, this is where that's from. Yeah, there was this big day where they had like a bunch of like fake protesters out here. I was just like, it was quite the sight to see. Then they had a drone that flew up. It was quite something. When Toronto had that extra layer of municipal government that I never really understood. Yeah, I don't exactly know how a lot of that worked, to be fair. But here's one of the Eternal Flames. I don't remember who lit this one, but let's see, they have a plaque over here. So it should theoretically tell us. This is the Eternal Flame of Hope. Presented in 1996 by the Eaton Foundation. Symbolic of the hopes, aspirations, and triumphal achievements burning with the human spirit, may courage never be extinguished or light diminished, nor spirits bound in pursuit of personal excellence. I mean, if they insist, I guess I can take that on board for myself today. I feel like that's an appropriate message to have. Oh, I like that view of the CN Tower, just like reflected in that other building. I think that's cool. And then you come down here and see Roy Thompson Hall. And the artwork in front of it. That is actually a fountain. And during the summer, like it's all, like you can see it going. It's nice. This was also an area where I used to take, Raina. And we would walk through here all the time. Then loop around and go home. But yeah, sadly not anymore. But I hope she's doing well still. It's weird when you like lose a dog in a relationship and you don't get to see it anymore, because like you always love the dog, but like even though it's not technically your dog anymore, it still kind of is. So also, I've never noticed the glass on top of that building. That's really cool. I love how they have the different structure there. It's all very, I'm trying to think of the right word, like fragmented, geometrical. Oh, it's just very neat. That's a good shot. Oh, thank you. There's a lot of like really interesting architecture around here, which I think is cool. Actually, I think there's an entrance to the path around here. I don't know if I've ever walked the path from here over. I'm sure I must have. But I did once come here for a job fair. But yeah, they weren't looking for me, that's for sure. Who relights the eternal flame if it did happen to go out? Well, we'd have to get hope again. So we would have to actually light. The only way you could relight that kind of flame would be someone who had hope. And I don't think that exists anymore. So we'll see, maybe. March 20th or 21st, 2025? Is that right? That's literally months ago. Yeah, that makes more sense. 22nd to 24th, 2026. So they probably just messed the date up on that one. Hello, I come in peace. Well, welcome, Nature Explorer 1. We're happy to have you. We're currently just doing our little stroll around. More dogs has our free. Got the beautiful old church. See, even the church doesn't have Christmas decorations up. Do you do walkabouts like this a lot? I try to do one every day. I didn't do one yesterday, simply because it was snowing so bad. I didn't have the confidence that it would be like shoveled enough or safe enough to do a walk around. But also, yesterday was my anniversary with Joel, so we just kind of spent the day at home. I played video games. He played video games. It was good. I will say, what's funny is that me and my sister, turns out that we had the exact same anniversary. So she met her partner a year ago. I met mine 3 years ago, and on the same day. So just like, I don't know what that says. But there you go. Do you feel the vibe of the city core has changed with the first snowfall? Snow will always bring with it an element of peace. And also, if you look around, like, snow also brings much less traffic, especially this time of year. So that's kind of what I think is the biggest shift when snow hits. But by no means is it the only different, like, it's not like it's less busy or less vibrant. It's just slower and colder. The cold makes everything a little bit slower. I'm leaving Toronto mid-November to the Middle East. Might come back in May till summer's back here. That's great. Well, if you are and you ever want to book me for a tour, let me know. You can find my links in the description. But hopefully, if you make it back, we'll get a chance to meet you. And in the meantime, feel free to check us out anytime we're streaming, because I love showing off my city. And I like to share my stories about what makes it special. So if you like that too and you jive with us, join us anytime. We're happy to have you. An element of squelch. Very much a squelch element, I will say that. Curious what you gays think about that. Gays think about what? Also, hello Colin, welcome. Always good to have new faces in the kit. This is the area of Toronto that is by far the tallest. Hey Van Gambler, good to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Or I had an argument with someone about this the other day. Is buddy a term that is gendered? Because I assume that buddy is gender neutral. But some people were just like, no, buddy is masculine. And just like, I really don't think it is. Dude, I can argue being masculine. But like, buddy, I don't feel like it is. Guy for sure is. Friend, not so much. But bike share racks look pretty with the snow dusting. Well, they're not going anywhere today, that's for sure. Are Canadian airports actively avoiding U.S. destinations? A lot of them are, actually. Like, Canada is making a marked shift away from America in a lot of ways. So especially in, like, how we use our time. Buddy is gender neutral. Thank you. I agree. You guys is gender neutral too, in my own opinion. See, I'm of the same mindset, but I'm also not like, I'm not bothered by any terms that people used to use as like a blanket term. So, I don't know. I was in New York City and everyone was saying dude with no gender consideration. See, I'm the same way. I don't feel like, I feel like dude is more of a term of affection rather than a gendered term. But I understand that some people have reservations about that. So, you know, it's always good to do. It's good to be respectful, but you don't, like, you know, it's good to be respectful. But at the same time, some people attach connotations to specific words that maybe aren't necessarily inherently there, but obviously you want to be sensitive to people's thoughts. Also, welcome, Medano. Good to have you. I'm too, but where? Rainbow. Fair. Eddie Clark, you have a good view. I'm anti-gay, but all good, man. Love and respect. Interesting. I'm always curious in terms of what would make someone anti-gay. Because I'm always just like, well, when I was growing up, for those of you who don't know, I actually grew up as a part of a church. My father and mother were pastors of a new charismatic church. And as such, I grew up around like extreme anti-gay views. And for many years, I tried to change my sexuality. And I went to conversion therapy. And nothing has made me more anti-Christian than the idea of someone trying to instill in me that I was wrong as a human. So, buddy, I always think the little buddy from Gilligan's Island. With every respect, not being a big deal, some sexuality. I always feel like the term anti-gay, in my opinion, is I'm just like, I don't think anyone should be anti something. I feel like you can be pro-religion, but I'm just like, if God didn't want gay people, he wouldn't keep making them. There's also a lot of like, there are also a lot of churches, for those who don't know. The United Church is affirming of queer lifestyles. Uh, the Anglican churches as well. Even the Catholic churches now, like having the Pope come out and be like, queer people are cool. I'm just like, oh, that's really interesting. But it's okay, buddy. We're a non-judgmental space. I always like to tell people, just like, when you're coming here and you're sharing views, we love to have people and we love to have perspectives. And when we converse about them all equally, we all win. Because you remember what Jesus did. Like, Jesus hung out with prostitutes. He talked to tax collectors. Like, Jesus was a cool dude. And he went in and hung out with the people who were most vulnerable. So I'm always just like, if you could be a true Christian and you want to follow God, just like, that's great. I myself aspire to be nothing more than Jesus-like in many ways. But at the same time, you recognize that Jesus was like one hell of a rebel and he hated the system and he hated a lot of things. But overall, Jesus was a cool dude. We like Jesus here. Whoever you wish to be, no one has the right to tell you to be someone or something you are not. I have to explain the United Church to an American. They don't have it here. I called it the Wonder Bread of churches. Oh, that's funny. And to be fair, you are not far off in the slightest. Man, I will say, if you are new to the channel, every now and then someone will bring up something. And we do talk about, like, we will often talk about heavy, heavy stuff here. But I always try to make sure that people have an outlet and that it's safe and that we are, what are they building behind the black wall? This is probably just constructions. So a lot of buildings just have maintenance, especially down in this area. So you'll find a lot of buildings have scaffolding around them, mostly just to update the facades and make sure everything is working how it should. But Jesus was surely a socialist. I agree. I absolutely agree with you there. I will say it has warmed up so much. Not just because I've been moving, which that absolutely helps. Once you've been moving for a certain time in the cold, your body adjusts. But even like if you look at my hands, they are no longer like, okay, they still look pink and they still feel pink. Maybe I've just lost all feeling in my hands. Maybe that's what's happened. I believe that's called frostbite, so maybe I should be concerned. But we're fine. Things are good. We're having a good time. The one thing I need to remember to do is at the end of every walk, I want to recount my 3 favorite parts of the walk, or the 3 things that stood out to me. Because I feel like it's always good to be like reflective and meditative and be graceful and grateful with the time that you have. So, yeah. -4 degrees here. Oof. Yeah. I'm hoping that I wouldn't be surprised if we're still -3. But like, at least I feel warmer. Maybe I'm deluding myself. Maybe I'm just bonkers. But man, I will say it's funny after a certain. Why do people blame Jesus or God after they stubbed their toe in the corner of furniture? It wasn't their fault. Maybe like Jesus is a conniving Odin style or like Loki style god, where he just comes into your house and moves furniture a little bit and just like, this will get him. Just like, yeah, I can see that. Not gonna lie. If I was like a Raven style trickster god, like Raven or Odin or like Hermes or anything like that, I would absolutely be doing that stuff all the time. All the time. Man, you win by 15 degrees. Oof. Oh, there's craft. if y'all ever get to Toronto and you want to like, I love going to Craft. I've only gone a handful of times, but every time it's great. They have like over 100 beers on tap, and you can go there and you can have so many, and they're so tasty and they're so good. Ooh, I like it. Will Ford turn off American power? I don't feel like conscientiously anyone could turn off power to anywhere right now simply because of politics. Like, that's the sort of stuff they're doing in Israel and Gaza, and I'm just like, that's not okay. But yeah, like you couldn't conscientiously turn off power to a place that could potentially lead to people dying because of like the cold. So, as much as you'd like to think it's like an easy, we can just turn it off. I'm just like, can you though? That has like widespread implications that I don't think we should be opening ourselves up for. But let's just take a look down the street. McDonald's. I mean, there's enough of them here. That's after the McDonald's where I had to meet Yoshi and Kyle at a little while ago. And they were just like, come in. And I was just like, I absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ooh, fire. I'm gonna go over here. Quebec supplies more power to America. I think Ontario power is inconsequential to America. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, fire. Ooh. Oh, it's locked up behind a... That has barely any heat. Boo. I was born with the disease. I miss walking. Oh. Well, I'm happy that I could at least walk for you. If you ever want me to show you anything in particular, just let me know and I'll try to make an effort to go over and see it. Doug might do it as a prank and turn it back on and say only joking. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Doug doesn't strike me as a prankster, though. Just a drug dealer. Which is true. He was a drug dealer. We cannot ignore that. But, then again, so was I. I gave people Adderall back in the day. By back in the day, I mean like 3 years ago. But it still counts, right? Yeah. You have a lot of energy. A lot of snow has melted, but it's now. But it's November. Yeah, this snow won't be here for long, I don't think. I hope I don't eat my words in that sentence. But, I used to walk 16 years ago. Well, I'm happy that I can get to show you around a little bit. And if you need anything, let me know. Bike share use must be way, way down today. Yeah, bike share use is like non-existent today, guaranteed. 25% short charge on electricity exported to Michigan, New York, and Minnesota. Constant threats of shutting some off with latest electricity. I mean, everyone's just fighting everybody these days. How is it even? Whole area has changed so much since I lived there. Well, if you ever want to see anything, I do like to explore different areas, and I'm always happy to go new places. So let me know if you ever want me to see something, and I'll try to work it into the schedule and make sure I take a look at it. His brother did the nose candy. Oh, his brother did more than the nose candy. There is a video of Rob Ford smoking crack, which is unheard of. Like, imagine if like a political, well, I guess in today's age, that's not such a shock anymore. But just like he smoked crack. It's crazy. I don't even know. So it's Drug Ford, not Doug Ford. Oh, brilliant. I love Drug Ford. That's great. I hope for more snowfids. Toronto is a cool place. It's really lovely. It's today, as cold as it is, it actually feels warmer now, which is nice. Do you normally do these walks same time every day? I usually try for like late morning, early afternoon, and then occasionally I'll do an additional evening walk. But yeah, I usually try to like come out at this time. Sorry. So different Ford smoked crack. Yes, yeah, it was the other Ford that was smoking the crack. That's for sure. Drug Ford's great. Drug Ford's great. I just like, at least they had like a family. At least they have a family hobby that they all like to participate in. Oh, good old. Yeah, it's hard to believe that Rob Ford was like less than 15 years ago, and just how much the political landscape all over has changed for literally everybody. So I don't even know what to tell people. Yeah, let's shoot back over Queen. Not quite ready to go home yet. My phone's actually holding up pretty good. Is it? No, it's not great. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We can scoot back through Nathan Phillips. And I'll do Eaton. Well, do I even need to do Eaton Center anymore? I think I'm fairly warm. Yeah, maybe I'll just go home. Slowly work my way back up. Small alley. Well, this isn't even an alley. To the left, to the right of us, this is actually construction. And what they're building here is they're building a subway system that's going to connect and relieve a lot of the traffic a lot of the foot traffic downtown. So this is Queen Street. Queen Street is one of the main thoroughfares of Toronto. For as long as there has been a Queen Street and talk of public transit, Queen Street's always the one that gets brought up. So this is for the first time we're getting a subway station that's going to go connect from the west to the east through downtown to alleviate some of the pressure on like Union Station and the other stations. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens there. I used to buy games down there. Ooh, board games, video games. If you have a favorite game, let me know. Always good. Be safe, be safe. Nah, that doesn't sound like me. Be reckless. Have fun. Go crazy. Or be safe. That's also an option. Trump was discovered in possession of 500 pounds of crack. Then they found crack powder. I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised. I don't know. The Ontario line construction. Yeah, just so everyone can kind of see it. Oh, that's never mind. That's Remembrance Day. That's tomorrow. I'm sure there's a Remembrance Day ceremony somewhere that I'll be able to go and check out. But the Ontario, if it ever gets finished. Here's the thing. My question is, what opens first? The Ontario line, which is the new subway system, or the Eglinton Crosstown, which has literally been in construction for over a decade and still is unsure of the opening date, despite it being 5 years overdue? That's my question. That's my thought. Get a poppy for your coat. I do need a poppy for my coat. But I haven't gone anywhere and I haven't bought anything in like a long while. So I haven't been able to like do a donation for the poppy. You know? So we did do Nathan Phillips Square last time. So this time we're just going to go right up. I read earlier that many people are going hungry because Trump wants more money. I mean, every billionaire wants more money. That's all every billionaire wants. And it's like, wait, is Trump a billionaire? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he was at this point. But I personally don't see any value in the man. But he has his admirers, that's for sure. Usually at the poppy sellers and the grocery store entrances, he's a billionaire, way too rich. I agreed. Yeah, definitely too rich. I live in Boston now and they don't do poppies here. It's got rid of food stamps. I mean, getting rid of food stamps is such a ridiculous thing. I'm of the mindset where we should be taxed. Like, if we were to actually tax the rich, that is the biggest boom to the economy you could possibly do. But the problem is all the rich people are the ones influencing the government. But I don't know. Stupid Bubba. Crack is in his mind. Fertig built by tree. Not sure what that means. All good, bro. I support Donald Trump, but I understand what you're saying. There, I talk about this beautiful place. Oh, I will say, if you look over here, this is Nathan Phillips Square, but they have all of the flags and all of the flags for all the provinces. So if you can name them all, you get a sticker. I do think it's funny because Canada has some of the best regional flags and also some of the worst. But oh. Yeah. So yeah, the Canada flag is the one on the sides, just the red. I wish they were all blowing in the wind. Next time they come up, we'll do the test. So y'all have until next time to study. I am a generous man, if nothing else. Okay, we have Bundesgartenschau, but 28. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's a good system. I grew up in the system without Rich. It sucked. I don't know who Rich is. But, yeah, politics get messy. That's kind of the point of them. But here's the thing. From my personal perspective, I believe that every politician should be in politics because they genuinely want to help their constituents and make the world a better place for the majority of people. And I feel like many conservative governments, not just in America, in Canada, in Europe, a lot of them don't have that same mentality or don't appear to have the mentality of actually like reaching out and helping to make things better for everyone. And that's where I have an issue with a lot of politicians. I feel like no politician should be in it for themselves. I feel like they should be in it for the people. And I feel like the way you know which politicians are good politicians, because good politicians are the ones you don't hear about. Good politicians are the ones who show up, do their job, listen to their constituents, get things done, and make the world a better place. If you hear about politicians, like especially any name that you hear repeated multiple times, then I just feel like they're attention seeking, meaning they're not after it for the people, they're after it for themselves. And that's what I find wary about a lot of politics. Resident Evil Apocalypse City Hall was a raccoon movie by me. I still dislike the movie. I mean, to be fair, it's not a great movie, but it's a good bad movie. Resident Evil Apocalypse is fun, even if it's bad. I think Van Gambler means without rich people. Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I also understand your views. Glad you shared them. I like having respectful discourse. I feel like it's important that we all have a B movie. What's more B movie? Resident Evil series or the B movie? If I just reminded you the B movie existed, you're welcome. B movie. B movie. It is hard to get more B movie than the B movie. Oh. B movie was cherry said. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard game is cool. See, I haven't played a Resident... Okay, this is going to date myself a little bit. I haven't played a Resident Evil game since Resident Evil 0. And that was like back on the GameCube. I couldn't really even play it that much because I would play it and I'd get too scared because I was a coward. And I didn't want to play because it was scary. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard game. Okay. My movie will learn, but now old. Go RTL. Thanks, Seinfeld. Soup. Yeah, I think it's a soup day. Ooh, I can make soup. I have chicken stock at home. I made chicken stock like a month ago. And it's like, ooh, yeah. Oh, and I have chicken. I can shred up the chicken and put it in the chicken stock and make an actual chicken soup. Ooh. I know what I'm doing. Try Starfield. It's a good game. Interesting. I'm scared of RE2 dogs. Oh, those dogs were terrifying. Or an RE1 where it jumps through the window. Holy crap, that scared the crap out of me. Throw in some pasta and make a chicken noodle. See, I was debating on that, but that does make it a little starchy. Which, maybe I'm okay with. Either way, I should probably go home and have okay, my everyday meal is absolutely peanut butter. Every day I'll have peanut butter and toast. Every morning. But then I also made... I did make a peanut butter oat bar that was made with oats, and you mix oats, peanut butter, and maple syrup together, and then you put a layer down, and then you put jam in the middle, and then you put another layer on top of the oats. It's so good. I can go back and have a bunch of that. Yay. Oh, you've heard of the Cookie Monster? I might actually be the peanut butter monster. Man, you guys have got me talking so much. Talking and walking. I've actually completely not realized how far I've actually got. Which is good. That's what you want. My God, that sounds so good. You know what, Cole? Come over and I'll make us some peanut butter jam. Some peanut butter jam oat bars. But yeah, super simple. Literally just the oats and the peanut butter and the maple syrup all mixed together. I did layer in some cinnamon too, just because I like cinnamon in like everything. But I did that, and I threw in the thing. It was so good. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. I do need to do groceries soon, but gosh dang, they're expensive these days. I know it's such a cliche cost of living crisis right now, but oh my God, when you're not actually like making any regular income, it's brutal out there right now. I need like everything bagel toasted with cream cheese. Oh my God, yes, that sounds so good. Wait, did you just cook it or just let it set? Oh, you just let it set. You put it in the fridge and it just absorbs everything. And the next day you have like, it's a little crumbly because I did not press it enough. But really, really good. You might like hot bacon buddies or sausage sandwiches. I mean, just from what you've said already, I think that answer is a definitive yes. I absolutely would. I need groceries. I want peanut butter. See, that's heresy right there. You can't be out of peanut butter, my friend. Not in this house. Oats are so magical. They really are. Like, you can do a lot with oats. Especially if you like, one thing I didn't realize you could do as much. You can actually grind the oats and then mix them with protein powder. And the next time I do the peanut butter thing, I'm absolutely going to do it like that. Because then it's like, you still got a little bit of the crunch of the oats. But that way it's a little bit smoother as well. So it binds better. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Although they do say that you're supposed to put powdered sugar in with the peanut butter. But it's like, peanut butter has enough sugar in it already. You don't need to add more to that. That's just asking for trouble or tooth decay. I went to a party right there once at the Fraternal Order of the Eagles. Oh, where's that? Is it one of those? I hope so. Either way, like, it's kind of wild that it's November and you can look up and just see snow on things. It's great. You just passed it. Ah. Well, you know what? Next time I come by there, I'm gonna make a point to look out for that. Here's one of my favorite things about doing tours and like tour guide stuff is that when you walk somewhere, especially if you're walking with people who have like been there before or like know the area, they share stories. And the more stories you share with each other, the more like the richer the tapestry of everything is. So the more you get out there, the more you talk to people. Oh, by the way, you can have topless or bottomless vixens at Zanzibar. Fraternal Order of the Water Buffaloes from the Flintstones. I remember that. They had a video game of that with the Super Nintendo. I used to hang out right there all the time. Oh, that's so cool. I will say it might look a little different now because everything's a cannabis store. I was like, I'm sure you didn't mean Zanzibar for the place where you used to hang out all the time. It's still there. It's still old 25 years ago. My mind still wants Sam the Record Man to be there. I know. They do have the sign still. The sign is now located in St. Kafka Square or Young Dundas Square. But they put it up in such a way where it's like impossible to really see it unless you're actively looking for it. So I just stayed at the Chelsea for Game 1 of the World Series. Oh, that's so cool. The Chelsea's a great hotel. I had friends staying here about a month and a half ago. Actually, if you look back, you can see the video of me with them in Niagara Falls. It was Brian and Eric who came up to visit from Florida. But yeah, they stayed at Chelsea. I got to spend time with them there. It was great. No, I did not hang out at Zanzibar. Fair enough. I will say, if you watch the original Incredible Hulk movie, the one with Edward Norton, it's not the original, not the one made by Ang Lee in 2003, but the next one, the original for the MCU, they actually have one scene where like Hulk is tearing apart the street. And one of the places they have is literally just on the street. You can very clearly see Zanzibar. Just like, oh no, why is that the landmark that stands out? All the records on Yonge Street is pretty magical if you loved records. Oh, for sure. I remember we used to be able to walk by it, but we were never allowed in because that's where the grown-ups went. Are you allowed to put up QR codes in certain destinations with landmark information on? I feel like some people do that. I definitely feel like I've seen QR codes around certain landmarks, but a lot of them are like specifically guided towards like tours. So oh, snowy days and steamy lattes indeed.
I call like population, not necessarily.
That's right, where my walk home was when I lived there. Aw. Sometimes it's nice to revisit the old streets, because so much changes, but at the same time, nothing changes at all. It's always the same. Same, but different. Better, hard to say, but different nonetheless. The hoods up give Kenny from South Park vibes. I mean, to be fair, you're not far off. I live in Hamilton. Oh, it's amazing. I was actually just in Hamilton this summer for your Fringe Festival. So I did my Eurovision show there. Went really well. Had a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of really nice people. But funny enough, Hamilton was the space where I actually got to see the fewest amount of shows, which was disappointing. But still really cool. I also just like to point this out because they've done a good job of doing a good amount of silly anime. Oh, sweet Eurovision. Yes, I did a show called A Canadian Explains Eurovision to Other Canadians. I did it in Toronto, and then I did it in Hamilton. And then I did my other show in Calgary. But then I did it again in Edmonton, and I had a nearly sold out run, which was great. I lived in Hamilton before it was cracked Hilton. Oh, fair enough. It is a little rough around the edges. Oh. I don't know if anyone heard that, but that was literally a chunk of ice falling off and pelting me in the chest. So I think that might have hit the microphone, but I don't know for sure. So if you did hear that, yeah, that's what that was. And also, to top that off, ow, that actually hurt quite a bit. So I'm just glad that didn't hit me on the head. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just realized it is the season. So Bulk Barn is the only place that has mint M&Ms. I used to get them all the time as a child. I love them so much. They are so delicious. And I get like one bag, and that lasts me I have to make that last for the entire year. So I just want to go over to Bulk Barn and check. Are you okay? I'm fine. My chest is a little like, my chest stings a little, but apart from that, everything's good. Quad Mods, welcome, buddy. Good afternoon, sir. I'm walking home now, vicariously walking around now. Nice to see new live streamers. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, Quad Mods. Good to have you. Always nice to have new friends in the stream. I used to go into that Shoppers all the time. It has upgraded a little bit, so it's a little bit nicer now. Bulk Barn is always a little, at least on my, yeah, it's great. Remember Snapple Mint Tea? Oh my God, Snapple Mint Tea was so good. I like your public art. Calgary, very nice too. Well, thank you very much, Lucy. Great to have you. Well, I will say, I think I'm going to go into Bulk Barn because now I want to see if they actually have this mint M&Ms. I will give all the details later about the mint M&Ms and nothing else. So, buy bump capital from there. That's fair. I mean, I just have the toque, so I'm surprised I'm wearing it this early in the year, but I'm glad I have it. So that's always good. Thank you for joining us today. If you are in Toronto or coming to Toronto and want to book a tour, you can do that in the descriptions. So please check that out. You can also find my PayPal in there if you feel compelled, but no pressure, obviously. And finally, thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for being a part of the walk today. If this is your cup of tea, please come back. You can like and subscribe, which helps me move towards my goal. And we would love to have you back again. And I'm always open for suggestions, so feel free to let me know what you want to see next. Until next time, folks. Bye.